Hey YouTube, what's up? It's been a while since my last video. The next video of my WPLC 34 series will come soon, hopefully this week. But in this video I don't want to talk about WPL trucks or other trucks. I want to show you a fantastic cheap little item I received today from Banggood. And this is a tiny brushed speed controller, what is also capable of switching LEDs, so a simple on-off switch, and has included a low voltage buzzer. Adrian202 RC from Poland, who has a really nice and interesting RC channel on YouTube, did already publish a review of this ESC some time ago. But he did not show all the functions of the ESC, so I thought it would be worth to make and publish a further review. This is this tiny speed controller from DumboRC. We know the transmitters, the very cheap 4, 5, 6 channel transmitters from DumboRC, which work fine for an unbelievable price. The ESC comes packed in a simple bag like this. It can be used with 2 or 3S batteries. BEC output is 6 volt and it's rated for 10 amps. Unfortunately, the burst amp is not mentioned in the description, but anyway, 10 amps should be sufficient for most small electric motors, brushed motors we use in 1 to 24th cars or even the WPL cars. And it comes with a lot of wires. There's one wire with a female, I know technically it's a male, but it's called female red JST plug. There is a further wire with also a female JST plug for the motor. What's a little bit strange are those female JST plugs, because normally if you get motors, that's an Orlando gear motor, a small motor, they come with female plugs, so the other side, the male, technically female, should be on the ESC, but anyway I will use adapters. And then there's a third red JST plug that's called BUZ, so it's for the buzzer. And we have 2 normal servo wires which will be connected to the receiver, so it's rated with 6 volt. One is for channel 2 as normal for throttle, and one is for channel 3, which can switch the LED function or the on-off function. And we have a further plug, wires and plugs, and that's called LED, so that's for connecting the LEDs. That's a normal servo plug, but only with plus and minus wire, no signal wire. The price was fantastic. I paid $4 US for it. Banggood had it on flash sale. I paid $3.99 and the normal price is $5 or $6, so it's unbelievable. This speed controller is not only a speed controller, it's also a light switch, and it can work with a low voltage buzzer. It can also run in 3 modes. It can be used for airplanes, small brushed airplanes, and it has 2 car modes, one with brake and one without brake. And that's the only thing I changed so far. In the ESC there is a small switch on the side. It's located here, and this switch is covered by the shrink tube that covers the whole ESC, and I cut a little bit of the shrink tube here to be able to use those switch and to check the 3 different modes. So you can see this here on the left side. There is the mode, the car mode without brake. In the center position, car mode with brake, and on the right position, I'm already on the right, center, left. On the right side there is the airplane mode, which does not have a reverse function, of course. So let's test the DumboRC ESC switch. Therefore I will use my 4-channel super cheap DumboRC X4, the 4-channel version of those cheap transmitters I bought for 16 bucks or whatever. You always will get it below 20 bucks. Actually, even the 5-channel version is cheaper than the 4-channel version. It comes with a receiver, a 6-channel receiver without gyro function. And let's do simple tests in the beginning. So let's only test the 3 modes, airplane mode, with brake and without brake, car mode. So I connected the wires for channel 2 and channel 3 into the receiver, and I also connected the servo to the receiver to check if receiver and connection to transmitter works. And I connected a small motor using an adapter wire to the ESC, and we will test it now on 2S with a 2S battery and on 3S with a 3S battery. The ESC does not come with an on-off switch. I do not see this negatively. It's as I do it in my Helis and most of my planes. I simply plug in and off the LiPo batteries, and that way you can't forget to plug off the LiPo batteries in the end of the day and maybe destroy the LiPo battery, because some ESCs draw a little bit of current, and if you keep the battery plugged to the ESC and to the car for many days or weeks, the LiPo battery can even be destroyed. So let's first check it, and with the 2S battery, switch on the transmitter, and that's the power plug in. S battery, green light, steady, so everything should work. And the servo works, and let's see the motor. The motor works too. So plug off the 2S battery. Let's check if everything also works with a 3S battery. Let's plug in a 3S battery. And everything works fine. So let's plug off the 3S battery too. I don't like to make those tests with LiPo batteries. I like to use my small lab power supply. You can see it here. And that way I can easily control the voltage for the tests. I adjust the voltage to, let's do it to 8.4 volt or to 8 volt. I hope you can see it on the display, and plug in the power cable from the lab power supply and switch it on. And servo works, motor works. So now we are running on 2S, and I'm running in the brake on mode. So the motor is now with brake function. That means you can't go directly from forward to reverse. You always have to stop. So let's check this. I go forward and directly to reverse. No, you have to stop. So forward, stop, reverse works, and forward directly to reverse. You see the motor won't turn. So now the ESC is in brake function, or in brake mode, car brake mode. That's how you would use it in a street car where you use the brake. So forward, stop, backwards. Forward directly to backwards, not possible, that's brake. Let's switch it off. I switch it on again now here, and you see there is a red LED light. I hope you can see it in the camera. And this red LED or red light shows that the ESC is in car function or car mode with brake. Let's switch it off and let's put the small switch in center position. This center position is the car mode without brake, as we use it in crawlers, for example. You can go directly from forward to reverse and do not have to stop the trigger in between. So let's switch the ESC on again, and you see now, I hope you can see it, a green light on the ESC, and this green light signals that the ESC is in car mode without brake. So now it should be possible to go direct from forward to reverse. So let's check this, and it works. I can go directly from forward to reverse. I do not have to stop in between. That's the mode we will use in the small crawlers and also in large crawlers. Okay, this works nicely. Let's switch it off again. And now let's put the ESC into the switch, the mode switch on the ESC in the most right direction. What is airplane mode? What is airplane mode? You do not have a reverse function. Normally you will not use this with a transmitter like those pistol grip transmitters. So you would use this with a stick transmitter like this. So you have 0 and 100% and no reverse. But I won't switch the receivers now to my Spectrum. I will show this to you with the car transmitter and how I can do this. I simply go to full backwards. So you see, I keep the trigger in the full backwards position now and switch on the power, and now you see the motor runs. So full backwards. That's the airplane mode. Works too. In center position of the trigger the motor will run. And let it run. And this airplane mode, this is shown by a blue LED. I hope you can see it. So we have a red LED, a blue LED, and a green LED that show the different modes. Let's switch off the ESC again, and let's go to, I prefer center position. The center position is the crawler mode, if you want to call it that way. What means I can go directly from forward to reverse. Green light, so red light, car mode brake with brake, green light, car mode without brake, crawler mode, and red light is airplane mode without reverse function. So this seems to work nicely. And now let's check the LED function or the LED switch function. Therefore I will plug those two LEDs which come from some light system, some old light system I have and I do not use. They have resistors connected or coupled to the LEDs, because otherwise the manual says the output is 5 volt. We will check this later. The LEDs would be destroyed. White LEDs normally need around 3 volts, red LEDs around 2 volts, and you have to adjust the voltage of the output with resistors. But those two already have resistors, and so this shouldn't be a problem and they should work. So let's connect those LEDs. to the ESC, and you know the ESC is also connected to channel 3. Channel 3 is this button, and let's see if it works. Yes, it works. I hope you can see it. Let's switch off this light. So, works nicely. On, off, on, off. So let's see, and let's check the output of the LET plug. The manual says it has 5 volts, so how much is it? No, it's 6 volts, so like directly the output of the ESC. The output is not 5 volt. Check this. I hope you can see it. 6 volt, 6.05 volt. Very strange. Okay, and now finally let's test the buzzer function, or the voltage alarm function. The manual says that on 2S the voltage alarm or the buzzer will work with on 7.2 volts, and on 3S on 10.7 volts. Therefore I've simply connected a loudspeaker to the buzzer plug. That's an old Bluetooth speaker that doesn't work anymore, and everything else is connected, and I will use my lab power supply where I can regulate the voltage, and we will see at what voltage the buzzer or the alarm will start to beep. Everything else is connected. I will switch on the transmitter, and you see here I can adjust the voltage. Now the voltage is adjusted to 8.4 volt, what's a full 2S battery, and I hope you can see this on camera. Maybe I will switch off the light a little darker, and it will be easier to see the voltage on the display. So let's switch the power supply on. Steady green light, everything works, servo is working, motor is working, LED switch is working, and you can see here now we are on 8.4 volt, and I can go down. I will go to the 10th. Now we are on 8, 7.9, 7.8, 7.4, 7.3, and on 7.2 the buzzer starts to beep. As said in the manual, at 7.4 it stops again. 7.3, no alarm sound. 7.2. Okay, let's go down again. So 7.4, 7.3, 5, 7.3, 7.29, 7.29. So, as the manual said, 7.2 volt, the buzzer starts on 2S. Let's switch everything off again, and let's go to 3S. We go to 12.6 volt. Switch on everything. Everything works. Servo, LED, motor, and let's go down. 12.6, 5, 11.6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It starts at 10.9, and the manual said it starts at 10.7, so it does already start at 10.9 to beep, what's not very good, because I would prefer a lower voltage beep. let's go to 100, so 10 point, at 10.9 for the buzzer starts to give alarm on 3S, what means that's about, let's switch this stuff, this buzzer off. So 10.9, this means 3.63 volt per cell, per lipo cell. That's quite a high voltage alarm. Anyway, it works on 2S and on 3S. I will not use this voltage alarm anyway. So my final conclusion to this 10 amp brushed speed controller by DumboRC, what can be used as a on-off switch for LED lights and has an included voltage alarm function. Well, what a bang for the buck. No matter if you pay $4 as I paid or 5 or 6, that's really a lot for the money. It's really a nice ESC, and it will be perfect for small 1 to 24th trucks or even for 1 to 16th trucks. Of course, if I will use it, and I will use it, I will remove and exchange all those wires. They are quite hard and not very flexible, and I will remove and the plugs and use different plugs. The ESC works really nicely in all three modes: in car mode with brake, in car mode without brake, and in airplane mode. The switch to change those modes works flawlessly, and the LED function, the switch function, works perfectly too. And the buzzer function, I don't know who really needs or will use this buzzer. Probably you know those small cheap voltage buzzers you can use in your cars. I don't really like to use those, because if the batteries are on whatever 3.8, 3.7 volt per cell and you give full power, full throttle, there is a voltage drop and the buzzer will already give alarm, and I don't really like this. But it can be very useful in maybe in a plane, also as a lost and found beeper. So if you will use your small plane in high grass or whatever and the voltage will drop, this could help you. I think the voltage is too high. As you have seen, it's 10.9 volt on 3S, so the buzzer will be really beeping very soon. But if you will use it in your plane and you find a small buzzer, like, I don't know what, probably you can buy only those simple buzzers, so that's a voltage buzzer, but only the part giving sound. You can save quite a bit of room and weight in your model, so maybe it will be useful for some people. If I will remove all those wires, check what is what before I will take a picture. Anyway, highly recommended for this price, really, and really a very nice and useful little item. Use it in your tiny car as speed controller, and if you have a 3 channel receiver, you can switch on off lights by remote. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. I'll be back.